Sundays with Sam. I'm your host, Sam.
And I'm your co-host, Sam. Oh, we're over there. I'm looking over. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Hi.
Couple of noobs.
Yeah.
But we think that we finally figured out the technical aspects.
We'll see.
Yeah. We've made that announcement and proclamation 3 times.
Numerous times. More than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can remember, and I'm just using ADHD math. I'm like, yeah.
I was just like the woman who was at the show last night. She's like, I've seen you a few times. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I remember always.
Every time.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about something that might make people uncomfortable, but for 2 neurodivergent people, it's just not. We're going to be talking about spending habits.
Yeah.
But a little bit more specifically, the things that we don't spend money on that
we should.
Yeah, that why don't we?
Right, that we
could.
That we could, and like it would be so much more intelligent to do that.
And helpful.
Yes, exactly.
But we don't.
For whatever reason. Yeah. And where but we'll see. We'll put the number on it a little bit later so you can determine how ridiculous we're being in terms of saying that we should or shouldn't pay for it. But,
right. And then there are things that we do pay for
that we shouldn't.
Yeah, that probably aren't.
It's a waste.
Worth it. Yeah. But not to us.
Not to us, or to us.
But we do
for whatever reason, we still do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we can talk about why that is when we get into that there.
Yeah.
What's something that you pay for let's start with something that you don't pay for that you think, you probably should.
That I don't pay for that I probably should. Well,
this is means dependent, obviously.
Yeah, definitely means dependent. Something I don't pay for that I probably should. I just started doing it though. So for my whole life, which I have a birthday coming up, so almost 34 years, almost 35 years. It's been 34 plus.
You're already 34.
You know what? Math is hard when you get older, okay?
I just turned 34.
Wonderful. You young child, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice house.
So. Babies of the 80s. Yeah. Just later this year. Yeah.
Just made it. So when streaming services came out, I just started paying for Spotify Premium. Yeah. And I've been fine without it. And honestly, Spotify can sponsor me, but I plan on canceling it at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I am paying for it, but it's not worth
as soon as we post this on Spotify, our ratings are going to tank. Just to let you know. It's going to be, Spotify's going to pick up on it and immediate retribution.
I'm sure we're the first ever to talk about Spotify premium costs.
Well, if our rating stays the same, we'll be the first to live through it.
Right now we're at 5-star rating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you and I have rated it.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's us and our
spouses.
Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah.
We've got 4 ratings, but they're all 5 stars.
That's right. It's great work.
100% of our ratings report that we're a 5-star podcast.
Absolutely, and that may be 100% of our viewership. So who knows?
Either way, they're happy.
Yeah.
But I remember it was shocking for friends I had for long-term new adult friends when they found out. And usually it's because they would be in my car. I would be listening to Spotify and an ad would come up. And they were like, they'd gone years without hearing ads. And they honestly were a little shocked.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's confusing. Yeah.
To them, I'm just like, it's free. Or, I would hit my skip limit for the hour. You only get 5, I think. It's not a lot.
It's not a lot. Yeah. No, I like...
But it didn't bother me.
Listen, I am a step worse than you. So I will tell you with that.
Yeah.
I downloaded Spotify only when we started this podcast. I had it before, in other things, but I had never, whatever, and I was still using Pandora with ads. Yeah, I still do, obviously. And it's and the funny thing is that, the address it has listed, because I don't pay for it, so who cares, is...
Right. Is it a college address?
No, well, for a while it was Philadelphia while I was still while I was in California, but then when I was living in Redlands, Riverside area, it was for that area, and it still is, and I'm here, which is funny, so I still get ads and updates for Redlands from time to time. Yeah.
Oh, listen, it keeps you in the know.
That's exactly right.
You know, we're all out here talking about Santa Barbara. Meanwhile, you come into conversation and go, "Did you hear what happened in the Redlands lately?"
Yeah.
No.
They're also having a sale on Honda.
Oh my gosh, totally tangent, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Remember early pandeme?
Mm-hmm.
You know, early pandeme.
Pandeme.
Yeah, the pandeme.
That's like the first pandemic nickname that makes my skin crawl. Like pandemic or like whatever people call it. It's like it's pandeme. Stupid pandeme.
Yeah, early pandeme. You know, a few months of like cooking and sizzling.
Yeah.
My brother and I were laughing / laugh crying at the ads that still had to go out for businesses trying to make money, but not small businesses. I'm talking about the Toyota-a-thon ads.
Sure.
And it was just like, because everyone, they're still trying to sell cars, and every ad, in these trying times.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Toyota is still having our Toyota-a-thon.
It's like they have the exact same message, only it's like delivered by a guy with a mask on his chin. He's like feigning the effort. It's like, I'm wearing it wrong, but I got it.
But I got it on his hat. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
So you don't pay for
Pandora,
right?
With ads.
You don't pay for Spotify.
I don't really buy clothes. That's something that I do here. So like, I still shop. I still get most, if not all, my clothes from thrift stores, Goodwill, but I'm still not buying them. It's still my wife or my mother that's buying them. Yeah.
I don't pay for speaking of clothes, I don't buy the like stitch kits or there's boxes that will send, I think they do for men too, but I don't know. For women, they'll send you a series of clothes and you can pick from them, rent from them. And people I know who do it have such great wardrobes. I'm always like, oh my gosh, I should do that. I just don't. I just feel like it's a lot of effort. Something I don't do that I think I could do and should do. So when returning clothes, not back to the store, but like getting them to a thrift store, I really was tired of driving my clothes around for 3 months in the back of my car.
Sure.
Because that feels like, it takes about 3 months to finally get the bag together, and then you put it in your car and you just give it a tour of your city.
Yeah, oftentimes you have to take it back out of the car again.
Yeah,
you got to put
because you need something.
And then you put it back in. It's like, shit, I should have done this in the first 2 months.
And then you're like, I'm going to do it today. No, you don't.
You're not going to do it today.
So there was another program that they would send you a bag and you just filled it with your clothes. It was pre-stamped or whatever, and then you still had to drop it off at a secondary location, but that was it. You didn't have to wait for anyone to pilfer through it. And it was the post office, which feels somehow easier than navigating. Like, thrift store parking can be really hard and frustrating, and there's not a lot of it. Like, and I love thrifting, but I don't like the parking.
It's tough, and depending on how it's organized, you have like a certain drop location and a certain
drop time.
Yep, there's a lot of different stuff that comes with that. Donating your clothes is not as easy for somebody with a broken brain, and I guess, it isn't. It's not. Yeah. Which is terrible, because the people who have broken brains are the same ones that buy them too. Like, as per my family. Yeah.
Mine too.
No, that's
So it was ThredUp, and so they prepaid for the bag, and you just send your clothes, and they would determine how much it was worth. So you still got the same credit as when you go to like a resale shop. That was the other thing. So donating it there was different than just a thrift store, so I would get some credit. But it's the same as, you give 10 pounds of clothes, and they're like, would you like $5 or $250 of credit to shop from us?
Now, I know we're getting off topic here, but but this is important, I think. How hard do you consign? And what I mean by that is, like, how hard will you try to get money
Not at all.
Out of your... Not at all. Yeah,
I just feel weird haggling about, because honestly... Okay, so you're supposed to like wash and fold your clothes before you bring them. I wash them, but I'm not folding them because they're just gonna unfold them. Have you ever gone there? They lift the shirts up, open it. I'm like, what was the point?
And like, you bring like 10 items and they take 2 of them.
Yeah.
Always. Even if you have like incredible stuff or all terrible stuff. For some reason, they always find like 2 items and then they have you take the rest back. And it's all like a fucking ploy. It's like, now I still got to go to the drop box.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was the other part of it. Yeah, you have to take it back. So with ThredUp, they offer 2 options. one, it's like if you pay them again, $15 or something, maybe $12, they'll send you all your clothes back that they don't want. Right. Or you don't pay them anything and they donate those clothes. They have a guarantee of like, we promise we're not just going to, I don't care. I mean, I'm glad they have that guarantee because it would be kind of sneaky sneaks, but I don't care enough to search for my item.
It's still an honor system, so to speak. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, and then they say here's the items that we're gonna sell. Right. When they sell, you get a notification, and then you can cash out. They stopped doing the prepaid bags. So now I don't send my clothes to them, but there are other services that all you have to do is just pay for the bag, and then it'll work the same way. So basically, it's saying pay $10, and then you're done, and we can still sell the clothes for you. We can still handle it, but I'm just like, you used to do it for free.
Yeah,
I don't want to pay. I'd rather drive around for days.
Now, then some people might say that that's a stupid purchase. Is paying $10 to donate your clothes. But I don't think it's necessarily a stupid purchase because I think it's the right thing to do. I don't think you should throw shit like that away. Like, so many people can need it and use it. I'd much rather spend the $10 to do that. And when you factor in gas and all the brain power and all that stuff that you're talking about, $10 may not be such a bad deal depending on how big the bag is. Yeah.
Right.
Are we talking about like IKEA trash bag, or are we talking like
it's never a small bag like that. No. We're talking, at least an IKEA trash bag.
Okay.
Like when I do a closet clean out, it's a lot. And then I think it's my like brain trying to explain away. I'm just like, wow, I still have, you could see my closet now and not know actually how many clothes I have donated and gotten rid of. I mean, I'm also still purchasing, but I mean, I continue to look at my closet and think,
totally.
And I go through waves of really, that's why I like to clean out my closet, so that I can pay attention to how long this is taking me. The same with laundry. Like, I keep really...
You're very scientific about it. You keep a log record and everything else like that.
I just try to think, if I can't, if it feels like a burden to do laundry and put it away in the same day because of how much there is, that means I have too much.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And
I do. I'm an American. I do. But I keep trying to wheedle it down.
Yeah, but I think that's exactly right, and that I think that does make sense. That is a good litmus.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I still love the idea of you timing yourself. It's definitely not going to happen. Logging out. Precise there. I just imagine you in like lab goggles and like just like evaluating myself and my laundry habits. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, no, not so much. I'll pay for the deluxe car wash every time. I want the best car wash I can get. But you know what I don't do, and I should. You can get your gas refilled for cheaper if you also get a car wash.
I do know that. You don't do the combo there.
I always forget.
See, I don't really
you don't wash your car at all.
Yeah, I just don't do that. So that's like a place where I don't spend
You should.
I know.
It feels so good.
It feels so good. It protects the value of your car. It does a lot of different stuff related to that. I don't give a shit. But it's hysterical because like I'm pulling in and like I have this like dirty car with like, depending on what's coming up, like certain cobwebs on the mirrors and other stuff. Particularly like once pandemic started rolling on, I was like driving like once a month and everything. Yeah. Just kind of like been there. And so, I'm rolling in there and like my patients are seeing me pull up in this car and they're like, well, you can't be that good of a doctor.
Can't even afford to wash it.
Yeah, I can't even do that shit. Yeah, so.
Yeah, you need to see. This is the thing. It's stupid. You should be doing the splurge. Yes.
Don't give a shit.
They're gonna. Oh my gosh, that's fine. You don't do it, but they're gonna vacuum everything. They're gonna clean the inside. The inside feels so good. The outside looks nice. Inside feels so good.
Yeah, I mean,
do you get it?
I've had a...
Have you sat in a clean car?
I have, and I do know that feels good. It's just kind of like...
You don't want to feel good?
It's just not worth it. It's not worth the effort for me. Yeah, I'm just not going to... And like, I know I'm going to dirty it up again right away. It's like an impasse of our
neurodivergence. It is worth it to me.
No, I mean, I agree. Like, all things being equal, that would be worth it. But I already feel like I'm doing too much in my life, and like that's a place where I want to cut it out. I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, give me my messy car. Is what it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Something that I don't buy, I don't get swindled by, are like the over the top giant drinks, like alcohol drinks that have, for a lot of these are Bloody Marys, and I don't like Bloody Marys, so that is easy for me not to do. But have you seen those big Bloody Marys that have like a hamburger sticking out of them and like huge things of bacon and a pizza, and it's just it's just wild to look at.
Yeah.
But it's basically your meal is being served on sticks poked into the drink. Yeah. They also have like milkshakes like that are huge and have all this stuff on top of them. And I think those run from 25, maybe on the low end, to 60.
Very specific
things.
Splurge.
People spend money on that, though.
I know.
There's lots of people who want that experience. I want that for them. But
now, do you spend money on beverages in general?
I don't drink beverages. This isn't beverage. Yeah, I do.
Like when you go.
If I had to choose,
when I went out to eat for the longest time, I would just do straight water, and now I do
bisexual water. So.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not that progressive. Now I will get a non-alcoholic drink, or I'll get an alcoholic beverage occasionally, but I'll never get a fancy thing or whatever else. It just is not my thing. Yeah. So
I'll get a cocktail.
The fact that I'm ordering a drink in general feels fancy to me.
That's so precious. Mm-hmm. That's so sweet. I will prioritize a good meal over a cocktail.
Yeah.
But that's so interesting. No, it doesn't feel like a splurge to me. If I want a drink, or if I feel like the wine will complement the meal, then I'll do that. But
I'm just letting you know, whenever we're out to eat or out getting something, and I order a drink, just know that in that moment I am feeling both kind of so uncomfortable and so much like a badass. I'm just out here just making it rain. Oh yeah, I'll get a beverage. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'll take a nice tea. Unlimited refills. Thank you. I know that's what you get. Yeah.
But that's exactly what I feel when I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I just ordered iced tea.
Fancy.
Yeah, maybe I'll get a coffee. Who knows?
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm always having coffee, so that's good.
I know.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
I tell you what, sometimes it is nice at the end of the meal to have. I like an espresso. If the meal kind of wraps that way.
I'll have it every time.
It makes me feel European.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a boss.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah. And no matter the time. And I don't particularly drink decaf, because if I'm going to drink coffee, it's because I want the caffeine aspect of it.
Yeah.
But there was a time I was in San Francisco, and this just came up in TikTok memories or something. My friend did Escape from Alcatraz. Have you ever heard of that race?
I heard about in the 50s, but yeah. Sorry.
This commemorates that. So she literally paid money.
I don't know if that's the right decade.
I don't think so, but yeah.
Well, we'll look it up later there. Yeah.
So she paid money to be taken out on a ferry to Alcatraz. Then she has to jump off a boat into the water. So there's no... She explained this to me, and when you hear it, it obviously makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's how you get off the boat. But I'm like, how does... getting in, I thought, would be gentle. No, you have to... The first part, she said...
Sorry,
at least
you have to?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Jump off the boat. Thank you. You know what? Words are
you
hard.
have to. Yeah.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
There's a Hispanic news.
Yeah.
She has to jump off the boat into the water, then swim from Alcatraz to the coast.
Yeah.
Then go on, I think it was a 10 or 12 mile run, and then come back, and that's escape.
And you pay somebody for that experience.
For that privilege.
Yeah. See, that is the dumbest waste of money I can possibly think of.
At 6 a.m.
Yeah, why not just pay somebody to waterboard you in the comfort of your own home? Unbelievable. What the hell? I get it. I totally understand why somebody would do that. And there is a good subsection of people who that's how they get, how they get their jollies off, so to speak. You would think it's the same thing.
I hope he says that. Everybody's brain works a little bit different, but sometimes our brains work exactly the same. That's
what we figured out last night, which is why the technology shit is both an ongoing issue and not an issue.
And not an issue.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Yeah.
It's like, we should be getting this shouldn't be happening anymore. But also it's like, I'm not surprised this is still happening.
Yeah. But that's just like I'm a Myers-Briggs person. That's
Me too.
That's an SP thing for sure. Mm-hmm. Is jumping off the whatever in Alcatraz and doing that experience there. So you are Are you an ENFJ or?
I am an ENFJ. Oh my gosh, on the nose.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at this game.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty good at guessing what people are, which is like.
Let it be known, a white man said.
That's right. I'm not perfect at this. In every other way, I'm perfect. Yeah. Guys, don't worry. I really hate myself. So just to be clear, like it's you know that idea of like jack of all trades, master of none?
Yeah. That
has been my life, my entire life. And like that's like really cool. But it's hard to have any confidence when you're not great at anything.
But you're pretty good at a lot of things.
I at this point I am, which is what feels weird to me. Like with that is like there like at this point I have a couple of places that of expertise or relative expertise, and it's like really fucking weird. It's like why are you listening to me?
Okay, so back on the races and paying for that. So I went through a time where I was doing, I did half marathons. I was that person. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm training for my half marathon.
Yeah.
I'm training and you know what? F it. Yeah, you do need to tell everybody because it's hard and I trained for months, so I had to keep that as my goal. Like,
and you're removing all other human experiences from your life, so that's all you can talk about.
Exactly. That's all I had going on. You know, it's like people were showing me pictures of their weddings and babies, and I was like, here's a trail that I ran.
Yeah.
Here's me in the gym.
Yeah.
Doing this trail, but in the gym.
That's right.
Here's me walking to the gym.
Yeah.
It's me after the gym.
Great. Yeah. Crushing it every time.
Every time. Yeah.
So you're spending a lot of money for races and running.
I did. It didn't feel like a lot, but I mean, the bigger the race is, that ticket price. And the same friend, we did the Dumbo Double Dare in Disneyland, which is a 10K.
It sounds like it's inappropriate for Disneyland, but yeah.
It's a 10K Saturday and a half marathon on Sunday. So it's 6.2 miles on Saturday and then 13.1 miles on Sunday.
I can dig that. I just couldn't. Did you like go all out on both? Like that's the thing. Like I feel like the distance doesn't scare me with that succession. It's more the idea of like going race pace on 6 miles and then doing race pace again for a 13.2.
So the 10K, my friend and I did a speed walk situation. Because you go through Disneyland, like in the back parts, there's different characters. And so she said, and for the half marathon, it's this...
Are they Disney characters or just random other characters?
They got who they got. You know?
Yeah. Random alley characters.
Yeah, exactly. Background characters. Okay. Yeah. So for the half marathon, you also go back through Disney, but we ran through Angel Stadium, which was really cool. I was surprised how exciting that felt for me. I am not a baseball fan at all, but it was just very cool run approaching it and then run through and
being inside a stadium at the ground level on the field, no matter what it is, like feels. I mean, just a huge mass. It's just insane. It's like you can see like the concept of how many people would be there. Mm-hmm. Like, it's thrilling, even if you don't like sports or events or anything like that. That would be well, like because it's like they have concerts there. They have other it's like they have like lots of different. Just the idea of like being in a stadium on the floor is insane.
Yeah, that was a part that I really loved. So I did. Yeah. So we talked about this because whenever I run a race with someone else, I do like to talk. Like, do we want to compete? Yeah. Which means like one of us will undoubtedly leave the other. Yeah. Well, right, win or I think more of like Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Or are we gonna do it together? And so we decided. The first day we had no problem doing the 6.2 and like we're going to keep a really good pace. But the half marathon, because I had trained for that, I was like, and I was faster than my friend. I'm like, I really need you to tell me if you want us to do this together because I will have to slow down. Yeah. And she's like, no, it's fine. Go. I'm like, okay. And we kept pace for a while. And then, I started to see her trickle. I said, are you sure this is the last time I'm going to ask?
Right.
Because how I run a race, I lock in my pace, and that's what I do the whole time. I do everything I can not to slow down or walk, because it's really hard for me to get back up again. So I'll just maintain.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, leave me in the dust. I'm like, woo!
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was a $350 race. And you did not get entrance into the park. And tell me why. You don't have to. This was in my head. The last 3 miles of the half marathon, I kept telling myself, okay, when I finish, I'm going to get a pancake breakfast. I have convinced myself that somehow our $350 included pancakes at the end. And so when I finished, they give me a medal, and I was like, where are the pancakes?
Yeah. No.
And the guy goes, we don't, not go to the restaurant.
I mean, that is so much more their fault than your fault in terms of that there.
I thought there'd be Mickey pancakes.
That's the least they could do. Yeah. You definitely would think there would be Mickey pancakes. Why the fuck aren't there Mickey pancakes?
Right?
Like the fucking thing. Yeah, exactly.
I would have even settled for silver dollar Mickey pancakes.
Did they even have like bagels and bananas
No.
and shit?
No.
That's a fucking liability.
You know what they had? I'll tell you what they had. They had nachos and nacho cheese, but like Angel Stadium nachos and nacho cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, this is a liability. You're gonna have somebody die out there. You got to be able to like replenish. Like, I guess a half marathon isn't quite like.
Go ahead, talk it down.
No, that is not at all what I'm gonna do, because like there is a difference between. There's so many different like incredible feats.
Yeah.
That are physically demanding and don't totally destroy your body, deplete your electrolytes, totally throw your body off, and where if you don't replenish the right way, it goes into shock, you die, other things like that. A half marathon to a marathon, in that gap is when your body starts to do that, and it's like it's just reckless. But even like 13.2 miles, it still is like reckless, because a lot of people are going to get really sick. Like, it may not kill them, but it's like going to make them really sick if they don't have the right stuff there. Yeah, that's horseshit. Yeah. When I ran cross country, I used to be somebody who I would start and kind of like try to get that pace, and then slowly keep on like pushing it and try to see if I could hold that and those things there, which is like just like my obsessive brain in terms of that type of stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I'll speed up sometimes. When you did cross country, did you ever find someone who they were in front of you and you realized you guys were kind of pacing? They were faster in that moment, but they, that gap was staying the same, and you just told yourself like,
oh yeah,
I'm going to pass that person.
Yeah, totally.
Those are my only ways of like motivating myself to get faster. Is I'm tired. I'm literally tired of staring at you.
Jockeying for position that way, and depending on like, you got to know how to do it the right way for yourself. If you're not that type of person that can do it or not, but that was the way that I needed to like crank up the gear, and then not let off there. Where that's how my brain would work. I couldn't just like hold back and then crank it up too much at the end, or crank it up way too much and then just try to keep it there. I just couldn't. Yeah, that would be the way that I would have to do that. Yeah, but it's.
Well, I hear that. So I used to. Yeah, there was a time where I was doing races probably every other week and paying for them.
That's a lot of money.
It is. The 5Ks are a lot cheaper and all of this matters if you register early versus register late. But yeah, it was adding up. I liked it though. It was something to do. It was something motivational. And like, if I pay for something, I'm going to show up and do it because I paid money for it. But what I started not to like is that friends would want to do 5Ks with me, but because I was training and running for longer distances, they weren't, not because these were two different things. So they just wanted to walk them. And I'm like, I don't want to pay $30 to $50 to go on a 3-mile walk. Like, we can just take a 3-mile walk.
Yeah, totally.
The same with a half marathon. Like,
especially if it's for charity, then I'm definitely not paying.
It's never for charity.
Yeah.
I would rather just give that money.
Race for the cure. Yeah.
I didn't race for the cure.
That's right. Yeah. But that's okay. The
band does not need more money. I don't know why the Cure keeps asking people to raise funds for them, and I'm opposed. I think it's just capitalism at its worst. So no, I will not race for the cure. No, thank you.
It took me a second to realize what
I
you
knew
were
it
talking
did!
about. I was like, what is she saying? But then I finally got it. Yeah.
Good.
For the cure. Yeah, the cure. All right.
Yeah.
The
cure.
I'm trying to think what else
Have you ever done a 5K or a 10K?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Would you do them now?
Would I do them? No.
To pay would you pay for? Yeah.
No, absolutely not. There's no. It's just not how I want to spend my time. It's fine, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay, do you pay for avocado and guacamole if it's extra?
I have started within the last couple of years, but I would say through residency, no.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah,
younger years,
not.
it was like, I wish.
Yeah,
but now I do.
So
yeah, throw it on.
Absolutely, and and with inflation, I've just seen that guac price tick up so many fucking times. I'm just I don't really give a shit anymore.
It's so good.
Whatever it is.
It's that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I got it.
But absolutely. I definitely do that now. Trying to think what else I used to do and don't do with that. I will get dessert now more. Used to not do that at all. Yeah, I will pay for random streaming services now. And that's the thing that I will say that's got it. I have eased up on my video streaming services. I'm still
But you don't have HBO Max or Max now.
I don't have HBO Max.
How I know this is because my fiance and I wanted to watch The Menu, but we didn't want to pay for Max. So we were just asking if any of our friends had it so we could use their password just to watch. Because all we wanted was to watch this one movie, and we had just canceled our subscriptions, and I thought, oh my god, of course, I bet Sam has to have it, because I think it's only $15. I'm like, of course they must have it, and they probably don't even think about it. And I was shocked when you and your wife, you were like, no, we don't have this, but your wife was just like, we don't have this, we don't have this, we don't have this, I'm like, oh.
But I have other random stuff, so for nerdy things, I have MLB TV, I'm subscribed to Dropout, and that's mainly so I can watch. That's the College Humor, whatever, Sam Reich, whatever. Mainly so I can watch. Sam Reich does a really funny Game Changer show with that, and then Dimension 20 with Brennan Lee Mulligan, who does the D&D stuff. So as dorky as you can imagine in terms of those things. Yeah, so really off the cuff type stuff.
But no Max, no.
No.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, we do have Prime, but
do you use the stream
Yeah.
Okay.
I do use
Hulu?
the streaming. Yes, we have Hulu. We just don't have any HBO Stars, that type of shit like that. Yeah.
I never did, but my partner thankfully likes those and pays for them, so that's nice. Yeah. Once you're you're it. It's they're paying for it, I'm paying for it. All the money, it's all the same. It's all going.
That's right.
To the same kind of thing. I don't know. That's how I look at it. I know other people have very different, and it's true. There are other people who are married or in long-term committed relationships, what have you, who are actually incredibly separate with their finances. Yeah. And I wonder how that works when I just feel if you get too nitpicky personally, I think that would really put a damper